always pushing health, wealth, better understanding of self, and giving praises to the Most High. So check this out. In this video, we going over Angie Stone. They lied to us about a lot of the facts in her unaliving in her car accident. We're gonna get into that. Check out this video by Introvert Rockstar. But also, Angie Stone album just went to #1 on the Billboard. Okay. The album was her last album. Okay, I'm gonna see what album it is. Her debut single, No More Rain, has stormed to #1 on the R&B Digital Song Sales charts. It's her first #1 on this chart and her first of 3 entries. So basically, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that. So after she died, we are seeing that her sales, her digital sales is soaring the most ever. And we understand that this happens every time our musicians pass. They have the most financial success after they die. Somebody like Nipsey Hussle. So it could only have us believing that it's more beneficial to whoever own your masters and your pretty much your catalog from when you pass. And it's crazy because Angie Stone was actually talking about these people owe her money. So if we can calculate the most sales she would have had ever if she passed, if she would have had control over her royalties, her family would have had so much money. And this is the wealth stealing system that's been done to our people for a long time. This isn't new. This is something that's far more relevant. It happens a lot. So in my opinion, I think that we shouldn't be signing to no record labels at all, because that is a lot of money that could go to the families. That's a lot. If you look at all of our musicians, that's a lot of money if you talk about them having the best sales that they ever had in their career when they die. So this is definitely something that's alarming to a lot of us hearing these news. But I'm gonna play this video with Introvert Rockstar as he goes into just the situations on how they lied to us about the death on Angie Stone. Check this out.
It's been 10 whole days. We haven't had any investigations. The truck driver, you had no update, no mugshot of the truck driver. The people in the van, you have no interviews. No one is saying anything like it never happened. Make it make sense. And then I said, wait. Early in the video, dude said it was a Caucasian woman that helped Angie Stone out of the van. And then I found this video of the woman. Check it out.
I hit an 18-wheeler on the side of the interstate. I have pieces of the fender in my hair. I have it's oil all over my body. I'm gonna clean this up and I'm gonna get back to telling the story and I'll show you the footage. After driving the 6 hours home, showering, and processing it all, here's the story. About 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, me and my daughter were driving to Charleston, South Carolina for her Sweet 16 birthday getaway. We came up to a truck with a trailer and its flashers were on, so we slowed down some. And that's when I noticed there was an overturned vehicle in the fast lane. And it looked like it just happened. I pulled over and put my flashers on and I told my daughter to stay in the car. And I ran over, it was a van, and I ran over and there were so many people in this van and they were just trying to get out. And I asked if they'd called the cops and they said, we're just trying to get out. And they were helping this woman out off the side of the van, and I grabbed her hand and I helped her get down, and she seemed out of it, and I was holding her hand and she was wobbling around, and I said, baby, you got to sit down. And then the next thing I know, I flew and I fell down to the ground, and it felt like something not ran over me but brushed over me. Like something just swiped over my body. And I got up and I could hear screaming. And I just focused in on one screaming, and it was my daughter. And all I could do was run across the highway and tell her to get back in the car. She had to move the car because if somebody else hit us, it could hit her. So and she moved the car farther up the interstate, and I called 911, and they said they were on their way. And then all I could think to do was get to my daughter, and that's all I could do in that time. And when I was walking to my daughter, we're really running the best that I can do. I was in so much pain. My chest felt like an elephant was sitting on it. My legs were so hurt and sore. And I looked up, and there was an 18-wheeler that had crossed the median into oncoming traffic. And I knew that's what hit me and ran over and brushed over me was the 18-wheeler.
And see, that's why I love TikTok. TikTok will show you what mainstream news don't show you, what they trying to hide from you. So I went to her account, and she's from Louisiana. Her last post was February 28th, the day before the accident happened, and she deleted the video. So I'm like, wait, let me read these comments. And then I saw this comment. The comment was from someone named Nancy. Nancy asks, what happened to the video? Courtney, the woman that helped Angie Stone, she said, the 18-wheeler video accident post? Then Courtney said, if that is the video you are referring to, the family asked to take it down. Out of respect, the video is now private. So it all makes sense now. That's why no one is fighting back. That's why it seemed like they rushing for this funeral to happen. No one is trying to fight back and figure this stuff out. You even see her daughter. Her daughter was online begging for cash apps. I'm like, damn, you're not trying to find out how your mother died, because what they told us, it didn't make sense. The van flipped over, then the truck hit the van, and she was the only one to die. That didn't make sense. But I always tell y'all in my videos, everyone is on the same team when it comes against our people. The cops on the same team, the trucking companies on the same team, the lawyers, the judges, the prisons, the hospital, they all against us when it comes to something like this. When you speak up against the industry, I'm telling you, they team up against our people. Because I was thinking, if this woman says the truck hit her too, why the news never covered her? Why the news never said anything about her? And again, that's why I love TikTok. On TikTok, you go catch the truth. On YouTube, a lot of times these major news networks, they not gonna tell you the truth. They just go tell you what they want to tell you, especially because a lot of these news outlets, they have ties to the record labels. I'm telling you, they all on the same team.
They are all on the same team. Shout out to Introvert. So what I'm thinking, what happened is this, right? And I want y'all to just stay with me here, right? I go on my channel a lot of the Divine Nine, okay, which is a group, an organization, which has different fraternities and sororities. Angie Stone was a part of that. Now, when you are part of these fraternities and sororities, sometimes when you're in there, you have no clue on who your superiors are in bed with. Who are they dealing with on the business side? This is why fraternities and sororities is dangerous, because now I don't know what sorority that she was in, but let's say one of her higher ups, right? The record label can holler at one of her higher ups to set up the play. Now, we already seen how the people in Divine Nine in these organizations, they have no problem with putting pain on people until they get death. They don't have no problem with that. So that happens. So what I'm saying is, this could possibly be a hit that has nothing to do with like gangsters and stuff like that. It has to do with Divine Nine, a truck driver, and actors. I think that woman posted that video up just to make it seem real. Now, that's just my opinion, right? I don't think that's the way it played out. I think I was watching another video where they were saying that some of the people that was in the van was saying what happens, but then they had to sign NDAs. They had to take it down. And they're saying the family wanted it down. I think this was a setup. I think this was a planned hit. And there's people involved, but because of that NDA stuff, you can kind of hide the truth. Now, this is how I'm feeling about the situation. I think Angie Stone kind of knew that this was coming. She had a feeling. That's why she was saying this. I think that she knew that with numbers and with all of this stuff, with Divine Nine, because it's been a lot of rumors that, you know, even when Kobe Bryant died and it was, you know, 41, I forget how old he was, but it's these numeric numbers when people die that they always are saying it has ties to the higher ups. And she's 63, which is another one of those numbers. 6 + 3 is 9. It was 9 people in the van with her. To me, it's just sounding very suspect, especially with the money that we know that can be made in the music industry. So in my opinion, I feel like this was a setup. We would have to get more information, but I feel like everybody was in cahoots right now. Okay, this was a play. All right. The truck driver just don't run over nobody. I think he was already coming. Now, I read on some comments, they saying that somebody shot the tires out, the truck flipped over, and then how can a 18-wheeler just ride and just run over somebody, bro? That's not even in the road. It just don't make no sense to me. It was a hit. You can't, until I get further information to prove me otherwise, I feel like this was definitely set up for her. They're not going to give us all the information, the true information. They're going to always try to have alibis, backups, and stuff that's going to confuse the truth. So we have to dig. We got to follow the money if we want to find out anything. But that's all I got in this video, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know what you think about my analogy, how I feel like this could have happened. And I want to know how you feel that this could have happened. You know, shout out to everybody who's reporting on this, pushing Angie Stone's legacy and making sure that, you know, she is being handled the right way. So salute, peace, love. I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
You are totally dependent on other people to take care of your needs because you don't have those roots sunk into the ground. To have a community, you must have 3 things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control 4 basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.